Hi, Girl Scouts. My name is Anna Herr, and I earned my Gold Award in 2023. As someone who's been through the Gold Award process, I know that keeping track of all aspects of your Gold Award can seem daunting. Luckily, we have a useful tool to help you do just that. GoGold is the platform you will use to track all 7 parts of your award, from brainstorming to submitting your final report. GoGold allows you to find new ways to examine your issue and its root causes, plan your project, set goals, track your hours, submit your proposal, add team members, and keep track of your finances. Keeping a good record of everything makes submitting your final report and exit interview a lot easier. So, the first thing you'll see is the login screen. So, you want to enter your email and your password, and then hit sign in. You'll be taken to the Gold Award dashboard. Here you'll see the 7 steps to gold: choosing an issue, investigate, getting help, creating a plan, presenting your plan, taking action, and educating and inspiring. Let's go over each step. In this first step, choose an issue, you'll identify a community issue that you feel passionately about. You'll be asked to think about what you're inspired by, what you want to do, and who you want to serve so you can begin to think about merging your passions and skills to create a project. You'll be asked a series of questions through these tabs in order to narrow down what you want to do. So going back to the dashboard, if we look in the second step, investigate, here you will investigate your issue a little bit further by creating a mind map to identify the root cause of your chosen issue and researching the community need. In this example, the community issue, which is no access to classes, is placed at the center, and the reasons or root causes that may lead to the issue are placed around it. As you do more research, you may find more about your root causes. So moving on to step 3, getting help. In this step, you will recruit and list your team members and their roles. Aim to assemble a diverse team of people with different skill sets to make the greatest impact on your community. Leading your team helps make a bigger impact than you would by yourself. In the fourth step, creating your plan, you will create your proposal. Filling out the boxes in each of these tabs will populate spaces on your report. There are 14 screens that where you will fill out information about your project, from target audience to national link, measurability, sustainability, and timeline. If you want more information about proposals, refer to our video about proposal submission. One thing we want to point out is the Files tab, where you will download extra files that your council requires you to submit. So you want to make sure to attach these files, because this is the number one reason why girls' proposals get delayed and they need to resubmit. In the step 5, presenting your plan, you will upload your finished proposal from the previous step and submit it to your council. Here you will upload any additional files. This is where your parent agreement, community letter, and other files will be uploaded and sent to your council. So you really want to make sure that you've uploaded your files, because sometimes girls submit without doing so, and that causes delays in getting their interview. Once your proposal is approved, it's time to move on to the take action step. You'll use this step to keep track of time, expenses, income, and experiences. Remember to log pictures and videos in the Experience tab as you go, not all at the end, to show your council your project in action. In the last step, educating and inspiring, you will assemble your final report by reflecting on your issue, impact, leadership, and experience. This step looks a little bit like the step 4, the proposal step, because you are essentially doing the same thing, just reflecting at the end of your project. With that said, let's learn how to track our hours. So if you hit these 3 lines at the top, click on the Track My Work button, and it will take you to your time log. So in order to add a new entry, you just hit Add Another, and then it'll prompt you by asking you for the date, what activity you did, and how long you did that activity. You're also able to add a small description of what you did, which is highly recommended because if you add little descriptions as you go, it makes it easier at the end when you're assembling your final report to remember what you did. Next, let's move on to tracking income and expenses. So you're going to go to the Take Action step and hit the tab labeled Income. Here you can record any source of money earning activity or donation that you may have gotten throughout your project. For tracking expenses, click on this tab and you just hit Add Another, and then you can input information about that expense. Here, log all the costs associated with your project, even if it didn't personally cost you any money. For example, if you're driving to your event location, record the gas money. If you are printing something at home, record the cost of ink and paper used. If you use stationery from home to create flyers or signs, track the cost of that too. All of these small expenses can add up, and tracking everything, no matter how big or small the expense is, will give you the most realistic view of how much your project costs. It's also helpful to keep track of expenses in a separate Excel or Google Sheet. This makes it easier to share with troop leaders or adults handling your finances. Also, you can paste product links into the Google Sheet if you are buying materials online. Lastly, let's go over a few tips and tricks. If you ever want to jot down notes for your project, you can hit the 3 lines and go into the tab that says Project Notes. Also, going back into that same menu, the Preview Report button is a really good way to see a summary of all your hours, expenses, and income before that report is sent to your council. Thanks for watching, Girl Scouts. If you have any more questions or need further support, please don't hesitate to reach out to Deanne Moore at DMOORE@girlscoutsla.org. We look forward to seeing all the amazing projects you create.